Got on scene here at the Anderson Company. They saw flames coming from the roof, so they believe that fire may have started here on the left side of the building near this back porch. So one little girl from Bainbridge who had never seen snow before bundled up and loaded in the car with her father and came to Thomasville.
10's Ashlyn Becton joins us live now in Thomasville. Ashlyn, what type of lock boxes are we talking about here?
Melissa, these boxes look like this, and they're pretty convenient for folks who might not be able to make those office hours. They just take their rent check and put it in the box, and the office employees check it daily.
Drug agents say that tearing these homes down will eliminate drug activity, but it will also help with their safety, as some of these homes aren't even safe to enter.
Humane Society staff say they found that dog chained up to this tree with less than a foot of room to move. They say not only is it cruel, but it's illegal.
Let me just give you a look at the damage. This is all part of the home that was thrown into the woods across the street. Now this is a look at the home. There is basically nothing left to it. Jeffrey, do you have anything to say to the family and friends that you saw in court today?
I am at the Thomasville Christmas Parade right now, so take a look. It just started. Let's pan it over here so you can see no windows broken, minor structural damage on the house. Some vendors I spoke to today got here as early as Wednesday.
Thomasville crews are still out on the roads right now cleaning up damage like what you see behind me. It looks like this huge tree fell, taking down the fence and damaging part of the roof.
Officials with the Thomas County Sheriff's Office say they received a call about a man walking down County Line Road with a gun in his hand last night. Folks who live here on Foxcroft Drive in Thomas County say it takes about 10 minutes to get down the road because of potholes like by this storm. You can see that was actually their kitchen. A family of 4 lived here. It's almost 3 times my height. Parts of this roof, then playground equipment is among many things here at McIntyre Park that could be replaced. If you're just joining us, we just learned that that deputy's name is Josh Smith. He's been with the sheriff's office since 2012.
The bus being pulled away, and it is number 908. Students who are not injured can be picked up at the middle school. We are working to get more information on this investigation. All I know is that it was a possible shooting here at Magnolia Street and Fern Street within this past hour. The Thomas County Sheriff's Office, GSP, Thomasville Police Department, and now the GBI are on scene. So, of course, as soon as we get you more information, we will bring that to you. But again, the crowd here continues to grow. Lots of folks who live in this area are out here just trying to see what happened. Don't know an exact cause of that fire, but they've been looking at this 100-pound propane tank behind me all day. You can see most of the damages in this back part of the home. That's a bedroom, and the wall of the home is actually on the floor. All the people inside that home tonight are probably alive thanks to neighbors who acted heroically.
We stood there for a moment trying to see if it was a car accident or something, but then we seen the smoldering smoke coming out of the house. I said, well, that house just exploded.
A sound Wayman Williams and his brother Russell Florence say they will never forget. A house exploding, bursting into flames just feet away from them.
The home health care nurse from Archibald, she had been blew, from my looking, had been blew from the room area to the front area of the living room.
As they carried the 2 people from the home,
I heard the elderly gentleman say, my wife. I said, Russell, we got one more in here.
And somebody said Miss Bama, and I know Miss Bama from growing up. I said, she's in there, and when they said, I said, well, my brother said, Russell, it's on fire. He said, it's gonna blow again.
Fear turned into adrenaline. The 2 had just minutes to make sure everyone was out of the house.
It had fire in the 4 corner of her, on the right side of her bed, and her bottom part of her bed was on fire. And the first thing Miss Bama said was, baby, baby. And I said, Miss Bama, don't worry, I got you.
Florence says these heroic actions came without a doubt in his mind.
You know, it's not a hero thing. People say here, no, it's a community thing. It's people that care and people that's living around you. Sometimes you act without thinking, just to help.
As for the 3 people injured in this fire, 2 of them lived in the home, and one was a home nurse from Archbold. The nurse and another person in the home are currently at UF Shands in Gainesville. The other person is at Phoebe Hospital. Florence and Williams say they're just glad they were in the right place at the right time.
I'm glad everybody was okay, because it was terrifying to me.
Homeowners injured are Willie Wimberly and Willie Mae Harvey, and the nurse there with them was Betty Brown. All 3 hospitalized tonight, and as soon as we have more information on this fire, we will bring that to you on air and online. For now, we're live in Camilla. Ashlyn Becton, WALB News 10.
Is what are we supposed to do to get some peace and quiet after hours? privacy issues and noise complaints, on top of damage to Rachel Lane homes from drainage. These residents say the problems aren't going away, and neither are they.
It is a constant battle. Nobody wants to take responsibility. It's just a blame game.
City engineering staff says they put a temporary trough on the back of the Market Station project property, so the water doesn't go directly into the backyards of these residents.
Do you agree with the statement that was made that the temporary diversion has helped temporarily based on the day's rain?
I would say it's helped in a sense if I did not see clay on my property. What I will say is I still felt like it was saturated.
Bailey says she brought her concerns to city staff in January, and she feels like something should have been done sooner.
There's a problem with breakdown in communication, and yes, we seem extremely upset about this issue, but we're upset for a reason.
Residents say they were only given the original plan for the project, which appears to be very different than the next plan that was drafted in November of 2016. Instead of a retention pond backing up to their property, this new plan added a 2-story apartment building and broke up the retention pond to 3 separate ponds.
There was an approval that was done. Neighbors were not included in this process.
The question is, what can be done now? City staff says they feel like they've done their part, and the developer will have to find a permanent solution.
Really have the most powerful tool is there'll be no certificate of occupancy without clearing all this up.
Right.
We want to make this peaceful, okay? We don't want anybody to get hurt.
Thomasville police say they respond to hundreds of mental health crisis calls each year.
You never know what kind of episode they're having. They could be just sad, or they could be escalated to the point to where they're about to be violent.
Captain Maurice Holmes has spent years in law enforcement, many right here in Thomasville. He remembers the days of Southwestern State Hospital being open.
But the calls were very few in comparison to what they are now.
And we don't want you to get hurt, and we don't want us to get hurt, so we just want you to go with us, okay?
Since Southwestern State Hospital closed in December of 2013, the Thomasville Police Department began responding to crisis calls and tracking those numbers.
No. We don't. No. Hey, listen. We don't want to tase you, okay? We don't want. Listen. We don't want to do that, okay?
So far, 70% of the Thomasville Police Department is certified in crisis intervention training. Their goal is to have 100% certification.
It's imperative that we be able to have dialogue with these individuals when they're in crisis to avoid possible use of force, and the end result is always you want compliance.
This is a graph showing the number of calls dispatched by the Thomas County Sheriff's Office. Around 111 the year Southwestern State Hospital was open in 2013 and 998 in 2014 after it closed.
From our standpoint, we don't understand why. We just know that they're there and we're having to deal with them.
Last week, the sheriff and other leaders within the department met with the Department of Behavioral Health and Development Disabilities Commissioner Judy Fitzgerald to go over the numbers and to see how the state can continue to advocate for more resources to help out.
Law enforcement and the Department of Behavioral Health are not on opposite sides of this issue.
Not.
Fitzgerald says they don't think anyone in a mental health crisis should end up in a patrol car or a jail cell. She says they're working hard on a state level to have community collaborative planning to assist these communities here in South Georgia.
And I'm really proud to say this is one of the regions in the state where, because of the goodwill, the fact that people know one another, we really are solving problems before they happen.